Welcome back, SethBling here. This is Angry Birds in Minecraft. I spent the last 2 months writing a server-side fabric mod. This mod imports the JBullet physics engine into Minecraft, and then uses that physics engine to simulate kamikaze birds and their attempt to take down the evil pig menace. This mod is a bit different from the physics data pack I wrote. This one is written in Java, and it uses an open source physics engine called JBullet to handle the physics. However, since it's a purely server-side mod, unmodded vanilla clients can still connect and play just like if the server was running a data pack. So I invited a few friends to try out my game. As with all of my projects, this one started with a basic proof of concept. I imported the JBullet physics engine and hooked it up to some Minecraft display entities. By spawning in a few boxes, I could verify that they were properly colliding with each other and that the forces all looked right. Next, I added the ability to attack the physics blocks. This involves detecting player attacks, then raycasting from the player's camera to see which object the ray hits first. Wherever the ray intersects the object, the attack creates an impulse or instantaneous force to push the object. With that working, I had enough to try making Jenga. I algorithmically spawned blocks in a tower, and then I could hit the blocks to try and dislodge them from the tower. Initially, I thought this wouldn't be a very lifelike experience because all the pieces are the exact same size and there's no tolerances. But check out what happens when a single piece is supporting a large amount of the weight of the tower. It binds due to the extra pressure. There's actually quite a bit of elasticity built into the physics engine, simply arising out of all the tiny errors due to limited computational precision. To make Angry Birds, I knew that I'd need some sort of level editor, and rather than make one from scratch, I decided to use existing software with mature 3D level editing capabilities. I chose Unity, mostly just because I've used it before. I created a level exporter, which would take any objects in the level and spit them out into a JSON file, which I could then read in with my mod. I created a system of attachable components that would also be put into the JSON file to be able to customize the game pieces. For example, there's a component that specifies what Minecraft block each box should render as in-game. This component also skins the block in Unity to make it mirror just how it'll look in-game. One of the first things I made with this system was a TNT block that would explode if it was impacted. Here's the basic level I made to test that out. Explosive crates are a hallmark of the Angry Birds games. This explosive works by generating 128 random rays from the center point of the explosive and providing a small impulse to the first object each ray hits. This provides a really physically accurate explosion and isn't too dissimilar from how TNT is implemented in Minecraft. Next, I wanted blocks to be destructible, which is also an important Angry Birds feature. I added a component which would allow me to give blocks hit points and then test them out with some TNT. Both the TNT explosion and simply impacting other blocks to the ground were capable of causing block damage. At this point, I had enough to try and make a simplified version of Angry Birds. I added a component that would scale up the punching power for a block and applied it to this target block. A single punch would fling it into the rest of the level, just like an Angry Bird. With the basic game mechanics out of the way, it was time to start making it look like Angry Birds. So the next step was actual birds. I made it so that a block from the editor could be represented by a chicken in-game. It still had the hitbox of a cube, but in-game it looks like a chicken. Unfortunately, chickens can't be rotated around like display entities can, so the chicken always faces the same direction, which doesn't do a very good job of conveying its physical representation of a cube, but it turns out to look good enough anyway. Also, I started accumulating a really sad pile of feathers and chicken meat in my inventory until I turned off mob loot. The punching power multiplier was always meant to be temporary, so at this point I decided to add a more slingshot-like mechanic for launching the chickens. You punch once to grab the chicken, you draw it back, and punch again to launch it. It was almost impossible to aim the chicken though, so I added a little display made out of tiny iron blocks that showed the drawback displacement vector. Even with the drawback display, it was still really hard to accurately aim where you wanted the chicken to go. If the game was going to be playable, I needed another solution. In the real Angry Birds game, it shows you the trajectory in real time as you pull back the slingshot. I decided to mimic that behavior in my version. To do this, I cloned the whole physics simulation and stepped it forward a few seconds, tracking the position of the slingshot projectile, and then displaying it in the form of tiny iron blocks. You can see all the bounces that the projectile is going to take. This process is really computationally heavy. It requires performing thousands of physics steps every second to keep the display real time, but for now, with this simple level, things worked fine. I added one final touch to the trajectory display. I made it highlight the first block that the projectile would contact on its trajectory. This made it a lot more clear where the projectile was going to end up, and for the first time I felt like I was able to aim the projectile with sufficient accuracy to play a game. Next, I added some mechanics to be able to spawn more than one bird in sequence so that after you shot each bird and the level eventually came to rest, the next one would spawn in. It was finally time to add a goal to the game, which in the case of Angry Birds is these evil, evil pigs. So evil. I gave them a really high mass so that impacting them directly with the birds would be unlikely to damage them, and instead the better approach would be to knock out their supports so that they would fall and impact another surface. This is a little bit of a departure from the original Angry Birds game, but it was necessary because of the 3D nature of my version. In the 2D version, you can see the pigs even if they're obstructed behind other obstacles. In my game, I wanted the pigs to be more visible, but I didn't want this exposure to make them trivially easy to destroy. Next, I added a little slingshot, which is mostly aesthetic, but it does give you a physical location to return to when you're waiting for the next bird to spawn. This sort of thing is where having a level editor really shines. It was really easy to design a good-looking slingshot even with all these angles, because the slingshot looks almost exactly the same in the editor as it does in-game. It was finally time to start designing some actual levels, and then get some friends to try out the game. So yeah, go ahead, you can take a look at the level if you want, but yeah, there's no like hitboxes on these things, you just fly right through them.
Okay.
They're all display entities.
How do I fire this guy?
So, just punch to grab the bird, and then you can sort of draw it back like a slingshot. And
like punch
and
again.
You punch again to release.
Is this just?
So you can sort of, yeah.
Is this just the red bird? No special things.
It's just normal, yeah, normal bird. The farther you draw it back, the like harder it'll go, up to a limit of 5 meters.
Okay, and if it impacts the TNT, does that set off the TNT?
Yeah, usually. Yeah.
Usually.
Unless it's going really slow or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's got kind of a high arc right now, and it's not really going to make it that far. But there you go. Now
okay, that's really cool how it like highlights where it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Now
with
is
3D, it's really necessary.
Is there any deviation in terms of like if I aim it right at that TNT right there, is that 100% where it's going to go?
Should be, yeah.
Okay, and I'll punch again.
Bugs or whatever. Yeah, go for it.
Actually, I should aim for the other one. Maybe I can create a domino effect. That's my strat here.
What if I go for a trick shot here?
There you go.
Oh, I was hoping it would go far enough to get this one.
Yeah, unfortunate. All right, do you want to try level 1 again? Because you didn't clear all 3.
Sure.
All right, let's try it again. Okay.
Fine, I'll do it the right way.
Oh, you got lucky.
Nah, that was calculated. That was on purpose.
Fly true!
There you go.
Oh my god! No, I thought I could take out multiple.
Yeah, and honestly, like, there's a lot of luck involved in that.
Oh, so close!
Yeah, you can see like one of the feet of this guy.
If I had just had a
got knocked
slightly
out,
different hit on the TNT or something, maybe. All right, and now I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow the straw house down. And yeet!
Oh,
Please.
yeah, you got it.
Okay, cool. How does it decide if you've had enough like impact momentum on the pig?
So there's a damage formula. Basically, every like physics tick, every step of the physics simulation, it sees like how much acceleration each object has gotten from that physics step. And for the pigs, there's more or less just like a threshold. If it experiences a certain amount of instantaneous acceleration, then it'll just die.
Got it. You got some G-force meters built into the game. That's fancy.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, it's like 3 little. Oh my god, I get it. I get it.
You get it?
I got the reference.
All right. Let's see if you can get the pigs. These pigs are evil, so don't feel bad about, crushing them. Oh yeah.
Oh, in two.
Nicely done. It's pretty hard to get it in 2. Obviously, this level is designed around the idea of the 3 little pigs. The straw hut was the first object I built, and it became clear to me pretty quickly that I was going to need a glow effect around the pigs. Otherwise, it'd be really hard for the player to figure out where they all are and keep track of them. Next, I added a wood hut. At this point, there were now a few dozen objects in the level, and I hit a snag. The trajectory calculation, which runs through a few seconds of physics simulation every single game tick, was taking too much computation time, and the game was starting to slow down. I managed to solve this by freezing all of the objects except for the bird during the simulation, which drastically cut down the amount of computation the physics engine needed to do, since the trajectory and the first point of contact were the only things I really cared about. Finally, I added the stone hut, and with a good level footprint in place, I decided to make the whole scene a bit more aesthetic and turn this desert scene into an island. With the island in place, I had a problem. The physics engine wasn't actually using the blocks in the ground for collision purposes, it just had a single infinitely large flat plane on the ground. This meant that objects would come to rest on the surface of the water, which looked really silly. So I added some logic that would destroy any object that touched the water. And with that, I started working on level 2, which introduced a new kind of avian. You beat the first level, yay! All right.
Oh, geez.
So this one, you got bees. So the bees work a little differently than the parrots.
Okay.
The bees will split when you right click. So don't right click
Like
yet.
in the air.
In the air, yeah.
Okay. So it's like the different kinds of birds, but you do it with different mobs. Okay. I mean, I'm just going to aim. Oh, God, I don't know. Do I aim for the stone? I feel like it's going to be too hard to knock the sand out of the very bottom. Like the sand is too beefy.
Sand. I assume that I'm going to have to be going for the sand here. So I have to right-click midair.
Okay.
Definitely
so
gonna get it
if I
this time.
Split. I should go like here. Go here.
Oh.
I'm going to go for the lower part of the middle stone and see what happens. Yeah. Come on. Oh, that was not only one. Oh, is that two?
You got two. You got two,
right, because the
yeah.
one on top. But I only
There's one
got the
on top, yeah.
middle column. Wait, that's
Yeah.
so bad. Maybe I should have split it like immediately.
Boom.
Ah, bold choice. Going right for the sand. Pretty good.
Yep. Oh, dude, this is like in bowling when you get a split. What am I supposed to do here? What the heck?
I'm going to double bogey. I'm going to have to aim for each individual side. This is so bad.
Oh no! Oh,
Dude,
you got a third
me?
one.
This is you built this way too strong, dude.
Yeah, the stones are really strong. All right, you want to try? You want to try that again?
Oh, did I
Maybe-
just
maybe you
lose?
can-
I just straight up lost.
That's it. There's only 3.
Oh no!
Yeah. Maybe try a different strategy. See if you can figure out something else. Some of the.
I mean, I'll go for the sand. I mean, I think regardless, I have to split earlier. But let's see if the sand. Maybe you can just get enough vibration in there to liquefaction the entire structure. I know earthquakes.
yeah, it's a lot of science involved. I can see.
Oh, come on!
There you go. There
Come
you
on.
go.
There
Oh
we
yeah,
go.
that's pretty good. Okay,
Yeah,
you
I
got
think I
half
just
of them.
wasn't pulling back far enough.
Do you think you're pulling back far enough now?
I'm working on it.
Can't even see what it's gonna hit. Okay, and then oh, you got them all.
Yippee!
Oh, nice job.
Can't believe
got
my
this.
foundation strat didn't instantly work.
It was pretty good.
Boom!
Oh yeah.
Surely. Oh my god,
Okay.
please.
There you go.
Okay, at least they're in the middle. At least
That
they're
was
in
like the
middle.
reverse of the the first shot last time.
Okay, but this is a better outcome. This is a better
yeah,
outcome.
much better. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask so many questions about this when I'm done. I have
I'll go,
so many questions. Okay.
I love it.
Boom!
There you go.
Oh, let's
2
go.
shots.
Let's go.
All right. For this one, I needed to be able to detect right clicks, but even once I got that hooked up, it was trickier than I thought to get the logic right. Once I did successfully implement the bird multiplier logic, I realized that timing the split was too difficult for the player. So I decided to slow down the birds by giving them a lower launch velocity and also decreasing their gravitational force. The design of this level was supposed to break the player's strategic expectations. Instead of attacking the hard, heavy stone blocks, they discovered that they're much more successful by attacking the weak sand terrain that the structure was sitting on. The third level also introduced a new flying unit. All right, level 3
All right.
introduces a new kind of
Ooh.
flying unit.
I
This
almost said
is
the
Vex.
ally. That is Vex. That is not an ally.
It's a Vex, and if you want to explode the TNT that's in his hand, just right-click when it's in midair.
I'm wondering if I go for the corner over here, if it unbalances the whole thing, and then these big pillars over here will actually work in my favor and push the whole thing over.
Performing structural analysis, I like it.
What about this brick? This one. Boom. How did that kill a pig all the way up here?
I killed 2 pigs.
What?
Huh.
Let's see. I'm trying to analyze the structural integrity of this structure here. Go.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You got.
Wait.
Oh, that's it.
Wait. That was
That's it.
ain't no way. That was not even what I planned, but that worked better than I thought. So I'll take it.
Nice job. Oh, you found you pinpointed the exact weak spot, right? And, all right.
There's the second one.
Ooh. Oh, there's some motion. Oh, there's some wobbling.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's still wobbling.
They're
Oh.
gone.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yippee! This is very fun.
First try. Totally on the first try too.
3D Angry Birds is a lot better than 2D Angry Birds.
Right here and like hope.
Oh.
Okay,
Oh!
come on. Oh,
Look at that.
Big
The
payoff.
whole thing just
Big
cantilevered
payoff.
over.
Okay.
I was able to reuse the right-click detection from level 2 and the TNT explosion logic from level 1, so actually implementing the Vexes was really easy. The main trick in designing this level was finding the right amount of support to provide to the structure so that a single explosion wouldn't just knock everything down. I designed one final level, my most devious of all.
Yeah.
This is the final level. This is the last level. It's the most devious level, I would say.
Oh my god. Is it all bees or does it now start like swapping?
It's not all bees. You're gonna get one of each.
Oh. What is on top? Oh, there's like pigs on top of each other.
Pigs on pigs.
Pigs on pigs. And we've got 3 tables.
What? Oh, okay.
Kind
Alright.
of worked.
Yeah, you got one of them.
Here. Oh!
All right, well, you got one.
Okay,
got one.
I'll take it. So now I have this bomb guy.
Bro, what? The bees didn't do anything.
You're gonna have to do better than that. Oh, okay. Oh, you got
come
one
on.
of the pillars out.
What? Why is it still standing?
See, I don't know if I should hit the underside of this table and then I kill them with my sheer bumping force of the underside of the table. Huh!
The sheer force. I'm not even sure how this like trajectory is working. Like, why did it bounce off the ground? Oh, you hit it. All right.
I gotta give it a full go again. Like, there's no way, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's messed up.
All right, and here's your last one.
What the heck? Wait, what is
All right,
the...
I believe in you. No,
I didn't even let it go. It just
What
went.
happened? All right.
Oh.
You get one more shot here. You might have to try grabbing this one a few times. You got this. There you go.
So-
there you. Oh no. He's trying to get fancy.
Is this gonna work if I go straight
No.
down? Or is it gonna go backwards?
That'll probably
Oh,
work.
I see it coming in. There we go. You did it.
First
You
try.
You beat the level. Good job.
I'm just
This thing is massive.
Okay, you know, okay, whatever.
Oh, you did it!
Yeah,
Wow, you're so good at
I'm
Angry Birds
so
Minecraft.
good at the
You
game.
did it.
Do I right click or anything with this, or is just?
No, it's just normal. It's like the parrot. Oh, you did it! You got it all!
Wow, I'm
Wow,
so
part four.
good.
Like I said, this one isn't a data pack, it's a server-side mod. However, unlike most of my previous creations, I've decided not to release this one publicly just yet. I think there may be a market for this kind of game on a public Minecraft server, and I want to explore my options before I just give it away. You'll likely be able to play this game for yourself someday, but whether that happens via a self-hosted modded server or on a public Minecraft server is up in the air. That's about it. Thanks for watching.